Dave Fischer with Paul Stastny at the 2013 World Hockey Championship. And Paul, first of all, you were selected service captain of Team USA. Talk about what that means.
Yeah, it's an honor. It's something I didn't expect at all. It's just anytime you put the jersey on, it's something that I put a lot of respect into, and it's always I take a lot of pride in the fact that I got chosen captain. I mean, just it's something special, something I'll never forget, and it's a privilege to have.
International competition, of course, a big win over Russia here today for the United States. What is international competition like? How would you explain it to the fans?
It's fun. It's fun. I think especially when you're playing, over here in Europe. I think all the other European teams they bring so many passionate fans. I think it's such a big tournament in Europe, and it's something that you'll see in the next couple of years probably grow more and more in North America. And the fact that we're doing better and better every year, I think is important. It kind of shows where USA Hockey is growing, as a competition group, and for further down the road, hopefully getting more medals. Talk
about your life growing up. You grew up in a hockey family. What was life like in the Stastny household?
It was fun. It was just, my dad played hockey. I think with his, two uncles, they all played together in line in Quebec. But it was something that was never kind of forced upon us. I think we played a lot of tennis, a lot of soccer, a lot of hockey, and I think slowly but surely we migrated towards the ice. And I think it was an easy decision for me and my brother to play hockey. But I think I was fortunate enough just to have my dad as a mentor, as somebody I look up to on and off the ice, and someone that will always give me kind of pointers and tips when things are going good or when things are going bad. Whether I was younger or whether I'm older now, I'm always kind of a sponge and always listening to when he has something to say.
You talk about your dad as a mentor. Give us your thoughts on your youth hockey experience and any other coaches that might have had some influence on you.
I grew up in St. Louis, basically, raised youth hockey in St. Louis, and it's grown a ton since I've been there. And then now I think it's kind of, getting turning into a hotbed. I think you see a lot more St. Louis guys make it, USHL college, getting drafted, and I think it speaks a lot about that community. And same thing, I think when my brother was there, I think my dad and a bunch of the former Blues alumni kind of tried expanding the roles of the youth hockey, realizing that you need more than 1 or 2 hours of ice a week, and now you have ice available 4 or 5 times a week, plus you're playing 2-3 games. The top teams are coming to you and you're traveling there, but playing there, I think I grew up a ton, and then I went over to play in Omaha for 2 years, and that's where I think I learned a lot. Mike Hastings, my coach, who coaches at Minnesota State now, and as a two-way player, I think he did a lot for me, and every step I've gone to, Denver, University of Denver, Coach Gwozdecki and Seth Oppert, Steve Miller did a lot for me too. And especially those are the ages where I get better as a player, but I also learn a lot about myself as a person, kind of living on my own and maturing at a young age, and those guys had a lot to do with it.
You talked about playing other sports growing up. For young kids watching, you encourage young kids to try other sports?
Absolutely. I think too much hockey is never good. I think you want to have fun with it, and I think when you're playing other sports, I think it's basically another workout. You're getting a lot of agility, mobility, whether it's playing basketball, whether it's playing street hockey, whether it's playing tennis. You work on different parts that will help you in hockey, but at the same time, you just don't want to overload young children and then just doing one thing. And I think during the wintertime, that's all you do is play hockey. So in the summertime, you try to get away from the ice and try to do other things to kind of keep my mind at ease.
Well, before we let you go, Paul, what about off the ice? What do you like to do outside of the game of hockey?
Big TV movie guy, a lot of music, so I see a lot of concerts. I watch a lot of TV shows, but like I said, in the summertime, I'm a big tennis and golf guy. I play a lot of tennis. I'm a huge tennis fan. I think if I didn't play hockey, I'd be playing tennis. So I think tennis is something that kind of speaks to me. But when I'm not playing, I'm just resting at home. I got that TiVo working at full blast.
All right, that's Paul Stastny from the U.S. men's national team, team captain of the United States here at the 2013 World Hockey Championships. Stay tuned to USAHockey.com for coverage throughout the tournament.